your feelings hurt. Read this.
Hey everybody, and welcome back to Payment's Void. It is time for yet another Karman Line short review.
Finally. It's about time.
Yeah, I've been waiting.
I know.
Here we are.
Yeah.
We're finally doing it.
It's time.
Finally.
It's
This
time
is
to do
episode 99.
99.
Yeah. That's amazing.
That's one less than 100.
Dude.
Exactly.
99 upside down is 66.
Yep.
Dude, and
True.
execute order 66.
Divided by 3 is 22.
Damn.
That's incredible.
Which
That's
is 11
incredible.
twice. That's if you think about it.
And 11
It's
is made of
11
two
twice.
ones.
Two ones.
Which is
one,
like a line looking in a mirror.
two. One, and if one, two ones Roman numeral, that's two, and two signifies
Sequel.
the sequel. This is the sequel to Short Film Roundup.
Wow.
Incredible.
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 Congratulations.
The
Thank you.
universe.
Congratulations.
I know.
universe,
It's weird
right?
how
Crazy.
that works. What do we got today?
Today we have a film called Linda Lethorn and the Music Box, written and directed by Meg Skaff.
Repeat offender.
Repeat offender.
Yes.
Who did something orange green.
Yep, that's what it was called.
It was kind of like this title again. It was like name orange green. I can't remember the name.
Name
remember
and
the
the
name.
orange green.
Yeah.
And the orange green. Yeah.
But
was the
I,
name?
I remember we enjoyed it
Meg
quite a
Skaff.
bit.
This was submitted. The last one was submitted by Tim.
Yeah.
Correct.
This one was also submitted by Tim.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Tim's in both of them.
Yes.
Yes.
We want to hear from you, Meg.
Yeah, where you at,
Come on,
Meg?
Meg.
Chime in, Meg.
We see you got a better camera.
We're here
for this
tearing
one.
up your movies.
Yeah.
You, oughta
should be here.
At least be a part of this.
You should be here. Take the abuse.
Yep. So, hey, watch the movie if you haven't yet.
Link in the description.
Yes, sir. Let's get to it. First impressions.
First impressions.
Taylor, give me your first impressions.
Okay. Well, my first impression were
This was my first impression. Sorry, right here. This is my.
the dog.
That's me. That's my first impression.
That's funny. You got a new camera.
I did?
Meg did.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. Congratulations, Meg. And I thought that the production value overall for this one was a little bit of a step up from your previous film. And you know what? You have this weird style going on in this previous one and in this one. So I kind of appreciated the just weirdness of it. It felt genuinely weird, not like it was particularly trying to be weird. It just felt kind of like natural. There's definitely a voice here and a style. The narrative took a while for me to kind of get into and understand. So maybe I felt like overall it could have been a little bit more focused. But there was a lot that I liked about it.
Nice.
Look, he's wearing purple and green.
Oh yeah, because he's purple green. I love
Orange
that
green.
as a name.
No,
No,
this
he's
movie,
purple green.
He's purple green.
That's right.
I think that's really funny.
That's
to
right.
The
name
murderer
characters
in the
that.
last movie is orange green.
That's
Yeah.
funny. I didn't even. Wait, is he called Purple Green?
Yeah.
'Cause that'd be fun.
Purple green Tim Cox.
That's awesome.
I think that's really funny. Oh, homeless person Meg Skaff.
No. Oh, wait. Terry Kendall and the Orange Green. Terry
Oh.
Kendall is in here. that character.
Oh, so it is expanded
Sick.
universe. All right.
That's
I dig
great.
this
All right.
more and
This
more.
is good.
Kenny said it was a sequel.
I like this.
I said it was a sequel.
Clara Biznass.
Yeah, that's awesome. Those little flares, I just love little
Personality.
flares like that. Yeah, it's just really
Yeah.
nice.
Very nice.
My first impressions is I am, as a person who watches a lot of short films, I'd say quite a deal more than your average.
Yeah, probably more
human
than
being.
us.
Oh, probably the
Definitely more.
exact amount as you guys. But I would suggest that the three of us watch more short films than probably
A lot of people.
pretty much anyone unless you're a festival director.
Even then.
Yeah.
Even then.
Maybe even then.
Yeah.
Maybe even then.
Because festival directors will watch the first.
We
minute.
know they don't watch the movies anyway.
They look at the title. and
The
they're
only festivals I've gotten into is when I've paid them. And I mean extra, not the
just- right.
Not the
Submission
submission
Not the
fee.
submission fee.
Yeah.
The bribe
Extra.
fee.
they kind of
Right.
slide under the
The
door.
door.
Anyway,
Wait, what's your first impressions?
isn't it obvious? What I was getting at
Yeah.
is that I watch a lot of short films, and I just so appreciate freshness and uniqueness, and making me go. I'm not sitting here going, "Oh, another one. You're doing that again? One of those things." Okay, yeah. No, there was not a second where I could anticipate what was coming next, and everything was visually interesting, and just put me in this kind of really weird space that I thoroughly enjoyed. I loved this movie.
Good.
D?
Ooh, I didn't like this movie.
Oh no.
Okay, but it's not just because it's it's only because this isn't my taste of movies. I really, really, really dug the style just because, like you said, it's utterly unique. There was nothing about this film, like you said.
I love the fingernail
The
thing with the dog
the hair.
hair.
Yeah, that was interesting.
That was cool.
Nothing in this film made me go, oh yeah, they're doing that again, like you said. Super unique, super interesting. Just not my taste. I'm just not into it.
You would like a story.
No, it's kind of weird because it goes a little bit beyond that, because I kind of felt like while watching this that this was an art film that was trying too hard, or an art film that was trying to see this, but it's weird because it doesn't feel like it's pretentious. So
yeah, I felt like
don't know.
it did ride the line.
Yeah.
It did ride the line between genuity and pretension.
There's
There
a lot
were
of
moments where I felt like, do you remember in Living in Oblivion?
Mhm.
And it shows them working on several different types of movies. One of them is like the one where Peter Dinklage comes out
Right.
carrying the apple.
Yeah.
And the girl is like, "Oh, I'm hungry."
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
she's acting like super blank and flat because it's weird, because
Right.
it's a dream.
right.
Some of this felt like that.
So that's what I got a lot of it from. Was it felt like there was a friend of mine who wrote screenplays like this a lot, where it would just be you're just reading it and you're like, none of this I can't none of this is actually fitting together. And as reading that, it makes me think, oh, you're just trying to make it weird. And a lot of the times that I'm watching something like this, that's what I felt like. Oh, it's just trying to be weird. But I don't know. There's
Some of this could have been.
a lot of it could have
just
been
trying to be weird.
Yeah, some
But-
of it could be, but some of it could be just completely intentional. Not saying that all has to be, but yeah, just not my kind of movie.
Yeah.
But very much unique, very unique. Let's hop into our first subject.
What should we talk about first?
Let's talk about cinematography.
All right.
This is my favorite subject.
I can't really say that the cinematography was used to move the story forward, which is usually our first go-to point. But in terms of building the tone for this film, I do think they did some things with the camera that added to the sense of dreamlike disconnection with the world. Especially when she's like dancing with her reflected mirror lights.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We weren't just looking at her from a distance. Love these zit pops.
They make me feel so nasty.
That's disgusting.
I love zit pops. I'm all into that. I would join that society.
I'm sure you would.
But this, you could set a camera down on sticks and film someone dancing weird. Some of this is editing, but having the camera sort of float around. We have Dutch, we have super high angle, we have
Yeah.
super low angle.
Yeah.
And, for what they're doing here, again,
It works.
We're going to get into editing a little later, but I think the conversation you and I had about editing right after also applies to the cinematography here. I feel like a lot of the choices that are being made are more world building, or more tone setting,
Right.
than necessarily let me show you a story.
So that's the thing with the cinematography here, was that a lot of it felt stylistically added, as opposed to, like you said, moving the plot forward.
Yes.
And so that makes me feel weird when I have shots like this, where he's on the left third, and it makes me go,
Yeah.
and that's fine, but it's just
It just feels weird.
it
It feels awkward.
yeah, it feels awkward.
Weird, and not in this is a weird
That
thing.
picture frame
weird.
is purple and green.
Definitely, I felt like a lot of the cinematography in this movie was very sufficient,
Yeah.
but I didn't feel like outside of a few scenes that do use cinematography as tone, like the dancing scene, I felt like most of the cinematography was there just to show the world, not necessarily inform the world with the cinematography, but just as a window to peer through.
Yeah.
And I felt like a lot of the world and all that stuff and the characters, what made the movie weird and interesting were the characters and what they were doing.
Right.
Not necessarily the cinematography itself.
No, yeah, it was the directing of everything.
Yeah.
that made it feel the way it did.
In that sense, I felt like the cinematography was relatively plain.
In that sense, yeah.
I don't feel there are any like major flaws. It just
Definitely no major flaws.
It's just sort of there.
It's kind of sufficient. Yeah. I guess when I said completely intentional, it makes me feel like intended, like in a different fashion than someone else would intend it. So like intended to be stylist as opposed to intend to push the plot.
Mm-hmm.
Something like that. That's just a shot that you do on purpose.
Yeah.
But what's it telling? What's it showing? This is actually, that's the only shot there that does push the plot forward.
Yeah, that was actually really cool.
Yeah. But then again, those left thirds with the screen direction.
That creates a really...
And this is really
weird.
good too.
I thought that was kind of cool. But yeah, the left third sort of thing where it's like a close-up on somebody in the left third, like that's negative space.
Yeah.
Is like really claustrophobic.
Or shots like with the girlfriend was weird. Like this shot where she goes to look for her. There we go. This part. Like these just seem like they're just kind of, I don't know. This looks neat. I don't know. I don't know what to say about it.
And I think we're ready to move on to another topic.
Wow, that's a short topic, man.
That's right.
Let's go to editing.
The makers of this program would like to interrupt this program to talk about their other programs. Go D.
If you happen to be a filmmaker and you've made a short film and you want to hear us talk about it, you can submit it to us via the link in the description.
And if you love what you are seeing here and want to dive deeper into making better movies, you need to join us at our Facebook group, The Karmanline Cult. There, we have daily discussions about filmmaking, we have weekly live streams, and all kinds of other cool cult-like activities.
And now back to the program.
I had some trouble with the editing here.
And I did not.
Yeah.
I actually, like, right before you said, ooh, that editing, I was about to say, I like the way it was edited. and I really feel that the way this was cut together added to the sense of being in this character's shoes. Mm-hmm. I don't know exactly what they were trying to portray her as someone who's just severely traumatized or someone who is, deeply disabled or disturbed. I'm not sure, but either way, I felt like we got very into her perspective and into her world, and the sometimes awkward way it was cut just put me deeper into that space.
That's good. I wish I could have been there, because I didn't get that. The timing of the shots with the dialogue didn't feel good to me.
Yeah, but I feel like the dialogue is like a really secondary concern of this movie.
No, it is.
Like, I don't think they're like concerned about holding on to make sure you understood what someone said.
Something like this editing technique, I think, was perfect, right? We have a slide into a wide.
Yeah.
Like that's great editing. Same with this, we're following to see what she's carrying, and then a jump cut straight to the inside. We have then what do you call it? Montage cuts. And that's all great. That's all great stuff. And when it gets weird is when we have when people are talking, and like you said, I'm not sure if the dialogue is a big deal in here or not, but like there was a part in here when she said something and all the girls laughed, but it was cut in a way that looked like the girls were told to laugh. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like we have a close up someone and then cut.
Yeah.
And then
Like
there's
no
enough.
overlap.
Yeah.
Of
Right.
audio.
The L cuts and J cuts. Yeah. Like no, it wasn't a bunch of that. That's what I felt like.
Yeah, I did feel something off about this sequence.
I was kind of I don't know. I kind of felt like the editing was a little weird through it all. It wasn't my favorite part of the movie. But nothing really took me out of it too much.
It all took me out, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I hate that it did, because I really wish I could submerge myself into something this unique. You know, it is mostly just the dialogue that did that to me. And I'm wondering if it's because I wonder if it's because of the lack of J cuts.
Interesting. It's funny because I felt like most of the dialogue was inconsequential.
Yeah, you really connected with our main character.
This film could have existed without dialogue and been pretty close to the same.
This main character, I didn't understand what was happening with her, so I never felt like I was a part of her shoes. I never felt like I was experiencing what she was experiencing. I always felt disconnected from her. I'm not sure why exactly.
Well, I think it's because it's a kind of connection that isn't based on empathy. It's not. They're not trying to make you connected by showing you things you have in common, right? Or things you have experienced before.
Right.
It's more like, come sense the weird frustration you might feel if you were dealing with whatever this person deals with.
Right. And if you're someone,
that's what I've felt.
I think if you're someone who's good at empathy, if you're someone that can connect with another human being pretty easily, I think then that can come off well, where you can connect with them, and you can actually you can see all the strange cuts and stuff and be like, oh wow, that's interesting. But for me, I can't. I'm not inside of her head. All of this is existing on the outside for me. I never felt like I was inside.
Say something, Taylor.
Editing was, yep. I don't know if it came across as amateurish editing. That's how I felt. Because I think back to the previous film, and the editing was very similar, and I also felt like it was amateur there. And I see a production jump here, and so I'm wondering if, like Meg invested in a new camera and is getting a little more serious about making films, which is awesome, but still hasn't quite learned all the intricacies of editing techniques just yet, in regards to L cuts, J cuts, and finding a flow. Yeah. But then again, I mean, like, I'm not going to say that, like, it could very well be intentional to be
with
jarring.
The last film, Orange Green, I really felt like this is either a very amateur film with a great vision, or it's a film where they want to appear like amateur, right? Like they're choosing to have this look. With this one, I still have the great vision, but the technical skills have taken a huge leap from the previous one. Yeah. But the thing that's super strong here is an artistic voice.
Absolutely.
Which is our next topic.
Ooh.
Directing.
Yay.
There's a ton to like here in directing.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Let's just unwrap.
Yeah. This was a film that I felt like is 90% directing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And 10% everything else.
Yeah.
I mean, these are all movements and scenes and places and people that no one's showing up, picking up a script and going, okay, I'll do that. Right. This is a human being saying, I need you to do it exactly this way. Yeah. You can see a strong directing hand throughout the entire movie.
Absolutely.
And it's a really cool vision.
Absolutely.
I do like this vision. It's funny because we've talked about other visions, how they seem like other movies. You know, that, you're trying to do the oceans thing. Or you're trying to do this thing. This feels unique.
Yeah, I don't know what to relate this movie to.
Same here.
This is the Meg Skaff kind of
I
thing.
liked it throughout, but when it got to the swimming pool segment, I was smitten.
Yeah.
I loved that sequence. It was awesome.
Yeah. I that's where the movie did win me over a little bit, was just during the sequence.
Yeah.
Basically when her friend started developing a little romance sort of thing going on.
Yeah.
Is when I started getting sucked into the film a lot more. And it left me wishing that the first chunk of the movie had a little bit more to do with that relationship. Like, because we establish this main character as this dog walker who sets up this thing, has like issues with her aunt or whatever it was, and then we kind of shift away from that entirely into a relationship sort of thing. It does come full circle at the end, but it didn't feel completely focused as I think it could have been.
Yeah, maybe could have been a little bit more, but I think it's a B story that just didn't fully integrate. Maybe.
Yeah.
You know, it does feel like a B story. The A story here,
Here's
I think.
a question.
Yeah.
Should short films have B stories?
Yeah, maybe that's the thing. It's 16 minutes. It doesn't really need a B story. But I did like
I loved all the
romance.
stories. I loved the romance.
Yeah.
I thought that was awesome. I just wish it had a more
prominent role.
Yeah, I wish it was just a little more focused on one or the other, I guess.
Well, I think it gave it another layer of complexity because now we had a character that was much more graspable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? Who is trying to grasp the ungraspable character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? So she's like a bridge between the audience and the main character.
Maybe
Yeah.
that's why it feels so good when that character
That's
gets
what I feel
so.
too, because she's actually breaking through to this character that we can't break through to
Yeah.
because we're not in the movie. But we want to reach into her, and it's difficult.
Yeah.
She forms a bridge.
This was kind of cool how they did this kind of feeling where all the other people that were talking to this girl were normal in comparison, but they felt strange in the movie.
Mhm.
And I think that's something that is not not easy to do at all. There's a movie that did this before, and I can't remember exactly what it was. I want to say it was The Man Who Killed Don Quixote, but I'm not sure if it was that. We're focused so much on one person that all the outside doesn't matter what they're like. It seems strange. Oh, it was Climax, I think. I think maybe Climax did that. I can't remember. I don't remember. Anyway,
yeah.
Anyway, yeah, really, really, really strong directing.
I liked the scene when she loses her client and she just sustains
That tone.
yeah.
I loved that.
I thought that was so funny.
So weird.
That was great.
It's such a weird.
See, that's a directing thing too.
Yeah.
Where it's like, okay, we need you to scream, but you have to scream like this
But
and sustain
it's
for as long as you.
It's not
physically
not
can.
even a scream.
Yeah, it's just like a note.
Ooh.
Becomes an opera singer.
It was so good. And this other, what I love is that everyone else is like weirded out, like, oh, she's weird, but then the romance character is just like, oh, honey, let me help you.
He's trying to
It's
comfort
like
her.
she sees everything she's going through as within the range of normal expected
So,
behavior.
I picked her up as predatory the first time.
Really?
Yeah.
That's
not
interesting.
after it went on, it diminished.
Like
but
taking advantage of someone,
yeah, in the beginning here when
sat on her lap. And
yeah,
stuff.
she kissed her, and because she didn't say anything back.
So she's like, all right.
Yeah, I don't remember if it was.
Yeah, I could see how it could have gone that way.
I want to get that scene. Where's the scene? Yeah,
By
we
the
got-
way-
yeah, this part right here.
Cool practical effects with your zit popping.
Hey, before we get to zip popping. So yeah, so the kiss,
Hmm.
and then no reaction, and then so she's like, okay, well, I'll sit on your lap.
In that case.
In that case, let's make out. And I was like,
But, yeah.
that feels really weird. That feels like you're predatory. But then I think maybe as it went on, it kind of felt more like she was giving to this girl,
I didn't sense that.
even though there was no reaction from her.
No.
Yeah, maybe it's because I was disconnected.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why.
You have no soul, D.
Yeah, maybe that's what it is. Is maybe I like movies that show the characters.
The bar is too high
emotions.
for you. The bar's just too high. D.
See, wait.
He's
let me
unreachable.
let me tell the audience what you're trying
No
to say.
spirit.
What Kenny's trying to say.
Please.
Wait, what D is trying to say that Kenny's saying?
What
is-
Taylor's saying about Kenny saying about
Let me
Taylor
clear
about
the
me.
air.
Let me just say this. Okay, so
Floor's
let's.
yours.
Can I have the table?
Table's yours.
Cool.
Table's yours, floor's mine.
Chairs are for
What do I get? Okay, I'll take the chairs.
What else were we saying?
Well-directed movie.
Oh,
Good job.
Zits, right?
There's some disgusting zits.
Yeah. Kenny's one of these people who's a zitophile.
He's a freak.
I'm
also known as a freak.
I like the pimple popping videos, especially very large blackheads.
There's half the population. Or
It's less than half.
It's less than half.
Yeah, I'd say it's like 1 in 10.
It can't be that small.
Yeah.
It can't be that small.
Yeah, I think it is.
Okay. Well, anyway, yeah, that's one of those.
We
people.
know each other when we meet each other.
Those were fantastic effects.
Yeah, they looked pretty real.
They did look
and
real.
absolutely
That's
disgusting.
what made me feel nasty.
And I know what the real ones look like.
We all do.
Good. Good.
Spent many hours watching these.
All right, Linda Lethorn.
Linda
And the
Lethorn.
music.
I wonder if
Oh.
we're gonna see Linda Lethorn in another Meg Skaff movie.
So does this take place before or after
After Terry
Kindle?
died?
Because Terry Kindle was killed.
Oh, this is a prequel.
It has to be.
Yeah, it is. It's a prequel.
It must be.
Sure.
And
Is-
purple green is green orange. He
But-
just changes his identity when he becomes a murderer. He becomes a murderer.
Red, green, orange, green.
Yeah, orange green. He becomes a murderer because his house got trashed by his dogs when Linda didn't house sit. It drives him insane.
Wow. And so Purple Green's like, I need to change my name. What's something I can change my name to that
No one will know.
ever find
No
me?
one will guess it's me.
Green Orange.
Yeah. He just changes his name when he puts on a different jacket.
Next one's gonna be blue green.
I
Teal.
love this universe. I love this universe.
Yeah.
I will watch every
the
movie in
Meg
this
Skaff
universe.
Yeah.
Yep.
Or the Terry Kindle universe.
It's way better than the MCU.
Yes.
When's the third one gonna come out?
The next Meg Skaff movie?
yeah.
They
Meg
might
Skaff
already
Endgame?
be out.
So Meg Skaff, person who made this film, you need to talk to us because we got lots of questions for you.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's a question time.
It's question time.
Just go.
Those of you out there who are viewing this that are not Meg Skaff, ask some questions in the comments below, and also tell us if we got something wrong, if you agree with us, disagree with us, whatever.
Yep.
I almost called you Terry. Terry Kindle, this is for you. Meg Skaff, this is for you. Questions.
All right.
Go.
Okay,
Go.
so first I would love to hear more about this shared universe thing that you're building here. Does this take place in the same universe, or do you have parallel universes where you let characters cross over and play with each other in different worlds?
Or is it just something you made up?
Or does it matter at all? Am I reading way too much into this? But I dig it. I think it's really cool. And is there a Tim Cox with a colorful name in every one of your movies?
I want to know how your scripts look. I actually want to see a screenplay because there's a lot of style here, and I don't know if that's just you on set saying this is what we're going to do, or if you write it down and then translate the actions later on. I'd really like to see a screenplay.
And for me, I would like to know who your influences
Who your inspirations are.
There's more. There's more. And also how you've come to find your voice as a filmmaker, because you have a very unique voice.
Very unique.
So I'm curious if that relates to your influences at all, or if you just have a interesting personality.
I'd be very curious to hear the inspirations for this particular filmmaker,
Yeah.
because that's a very unique voice.
I could probably fill the next 20 minutes with questions about this movie, but there wouldn't be a lot of point in asking them. I really just want to sit with you and watch this movie and have you tell me all about all your choices.
Yeah, seriously.
Because they're so interesting, from the bathtub full of olives and the pimple popping society she starts and the screaming high A minor. That's it's cool. I'd love to just tell us whatever you're willing to tell us about this creation, please. All right.
Cool. Well, that
Thank
wraps
you,
up-
Tim, for sending us. Thank you, Meg, for making it.
Meg, I want to talk to you. Come on,
Yeah,
talk to us.
come on. Jump into the olive-filled bathtub with us.
Hey, speaking of bathtubs,
Mm.
I could go for a pool jump.
Swimming.
Swimming? We can go
Yeah.
swim in the pool again?
Go swim in Payman's pool again.